Welcome back. In today's class, let's see how we can make a open base cabinet construction. Okay, so what do you mean by open base cabinet construction? So there is a base cabinet, as we know from our previous classes, and if that base cabinet is not having a door, we call it as an open base cabinet. Okay, so what are the important parts of a base cabinet? So when we talk about a base cabinet, we have countertop. Okay, so we have a base and we have a carcass. This is called as a carcass body and this is called as a base. Okay, so if I just come back with one more image. Okay, so this one you see. Okay, here we don't have a countertop. Okay, so this you have just a carcass body and you have a base on the bottom. So for that, what are the dimensions we generally require? So let's come back and see the standards of the dimensions. So here we have width, depth and height. So width of any cabinet, base cabinet, it can be upper, base or tall cabinet, the standard width is 36 inches we follow. Okay, and depth is around 24 to 25 inches. Height will be inclusive of countertop is 36 inches. 34 to 36 inches is generally what we follow. So here we don't have any countertop, but we'll add a countertop as well. Okay, so here we see there are two shelves. Shelves can be fixed or they are adjustable. Okay, so all the panels what we see here, every piece of wood, let's say they are 3 by 4 inches. Okay, 3/4 inch. Let's follow that. So let us come back to AutoCAD and let's see how exactly we can make the drawing. So first of all, let's start with the plan. So let me give X lines. So always start with your X lines. Okay, and now let me give an offset. So I'll start with the plan. So I'll give 36 inches dimension. Okay, and then I'll give another 6 inches because I would like to show the wall lines as well. Okay, so now let me give an offset of 4 inches or 4.5 inches to develop my wall. Okay, so let me give REC enter. Before that, let me change the color. So let me go with the white color because all my X lines are with red. So now here what am I going to do is give the depth of your countertop. So as I said, it will be in between 24 to 25 inches. So let me take 25. Okay, now I'm going to give REC enter. So we are done with these lines. These are not required now. So this is, now what am I going to do is use two windows so that I can make my elevation. Okay, so first part is drafting, then comes the presentation part. Presentation is also included in the drafting, but the basic layout we have to develop, right? So we are trying to focus on that. So simply what am I going to do is make a copy of it. Okay, get it down, little bit down, not so much, little bit down, and just move this on the bottom because I would like to create the floor line. Okay, so TR double enter, let me trim it out and remove this. Just a floor line is enough. Now the base, generally the base heights ranges from 2 to 4 inches. These are the standard dimension, but if you ask me, typically we follow 4 inches of base. Okay, so I'm giving 4 inch of base. So simply what am I going to do is, because all the dimensions are done, okay, as per the requirement. Okay, so this is to be rejected. This is no longer required now. So let me, yeah, so this is not required. I'm gonna now follow with X line because I have to give all the dimensions, right? Now what am I going to do is directly I'm going to give 34 overall height of a open base cabinet. I'm giving 34 inches. Okay, and 34 inches in that it is inclusive of base, carcass and countertop. So countertop I'll give 1.5 inches thickness. So this is my 1.5 inches. And then what am I going to do is create my countertop firstly. Okay, so countertop is done. So 1.5 inch done. So now comes with the carcass body, everything construction. So simply what am I going to do is give the panels. So we have what, if you see this particular image here, we have this width, depth, height, right? So you see these are panels. Okay, so these panels we are going to take 3 by 4 inches, and I'm gonna just make the drawing here in the same manner. So give 3 by 4 from where? From your construction lines, from side. So you have to be very careful about, like, do not always keep on drawing. Okay, always reuse what you have drawn. I'm gonna reuse them, as simple as that. So remove unwanted lines to avoid the confusion which is no longer required. So even these lines are not required. If you want, you can delete it. Okay, now simply am I going to rotate, move and place and just stretch it. We'll discuss about stretching sessions as well in the coming classes. So now what happened? I got my left side, right side panels, okay, as per the image what I have shown you. Then I have my top and bottom panels, right? Now let's say I would like to have around like 2 shelves inside. So for that, what I'm going to do is apply my divide tool. Okay, so apply my divide tool. For that, div, enter, because I need 2 shelves, make it as 3 equals. So select it, give 3 equals, and I'm going to select it, the top panel, center and center. Always make center selection and place it at the center only. So this is how your drawing elevation is done. And left side you see your plan, okay, and right side you see your elevation. Let's say, ma'am, how would I create my side view? Okay, a side view or vertical section. So for that, what am I going to do is make a copy of the floor line. Okay, left side I have my elevation and right side I have my vertical section. Vertical section is nothing but you're exactly cutting down here vertically along y-axis and looking towards the side view. Okay, so when you see on the side view, what happens, let's see as well. Okay, so I'm trying to develop the wall line, so let me give around like 4 inches as we have done. Okay, so let's say this represents my wall line and this is my floor line. Okay, now so let's maintain the same common baseline. Okay, so let's keep a baseline. Okay, fine. Now what I have to do is, whatever you see the drawing, okay, heights, just place them. Okay, so first place them, then again, because heights are given, now in vertical section what dimensions you see is depth and height. So give an offset. What is the depth? It's 25. Okay, 25. Now let me give a rectangle. So now let us come back to our carcass body. So here is a carcass body and then we have a base. So carcass body, first of all, give right click and make your rectangle. REC, enter. I have created a rectangle. Now simply what am I going to do is select any of the side panels from the elevation, copy them, because when you cut your complete cabinet in a vertical section, you will see first of all the back panel. Back panel is always placed first. Okay, you can go back to a 3D modeling classes of SketchUp so that you can see how a cabinet construction is done. Okay, and then from that you will understand how a view is designed, how side views and vertical sections will be, in case if you feel some confusion. So this is my back panel and this is my side panel, because when I cut from here to here, okay, and try to see in this manner, and what exactly am I going to see is this back panel and this will be my side panel. Okay, top panel also we'll have, so we'll have the top panel. So rotating, move, okay, reset it, copy it, bottom panel, Okay, now comes the shelf part. So simply just give some excellence. Can you see there is some drafting errors that we have done? So this is what happens if you keep on making your drawings. Okay, so now you have to always zoom and stretch it. Okay, no problem. Now select everything. So similarly, what am I going to do is make a copy of the top and place it exactly at the located X lines. Okay, so now I have to make my base. So carcass is done, countertop is done, the base has to be done. So basically a base is given with an height of 4 inches here. So I have taken any of the reference top panels and I will try to make it. So basically a base will always be having some offsets from the edge, okay, from front. So how much it can be? 2 inches to 2.5 inches or 3 inches. Let me give 3 inches. Okay, so now this is how our drawing is done. Okay, so now let us do only simply one thing. Come back and one side let us just drop all the X lines. Okay, so if you want to see why we are doing this, you can go back to our 100% drafting hack where we have seen how to match plans, elevations and sections for better idea. Okay, in case if you feel that you are not able to get to the points actually. Now let me drop all the lines that I see here. Okay, so that I can see if my drawing is entirely matching. So I can check here. Okay, they are matching fine. Everything what you see should match. Okay, now what am I going to do is make a copy, because I have to match my plan and vertical section. So that is the reason I have taken this vertical section towards the plan. And is it matching or not? Okay, even I can match my wall as well. Okay, simply whatever lines I have, I'll select DR, double enter and see your views if they are matching or not. So plan is matching, elevation is matching, plan to vertical section is also matching, every line is on the drawing. Okay, that's what we have to see. And elevation to vertical section is also matching. Everything is matched. If there any error, then you can see the deviation, something other changes will be there. So this is how we will be making an open base cabinet construction which has a plan view, elevation and also a vertical section. Instead of side view, I did vertical section so that it can be really more useful how exactly sections are created. Okay, so in next class we'll come back and see how we have to give the presentation also. That will be in part 2. Okay, so hope you have enjoyed the class and it is useful to you. Let's keep learning. Thank you.